If I do this and I do it wrong, there is some consequences. And consequences doesn't need to be necessarily like very negative, like you want to build a fear culture, yet you still want to have some consequences in terms of maybe it's like being given a strong feedback, constructive feedback in relation to something. Still, that I would say you can be considered a consequence in the sense that I'm suggesting you an adjustment with some sound feedback that can really change the behavior. Incentives instead is more like how do I reinforce positive behavior? So this is another layer, for example, that you can look at an environment. Then there is also the managerial layer as well. What is the ratio between like manager and reps? Is it a good ratio? Is it a bad ratio? If we have a bad ratio, we have to make a decision there. What do we do? Another question on enablement should be like, do we try and increase and improve that ratio? Discussing this with leadership and giving a sound, let's say, narrative about why? Or do we do something where we can increase capacity of managers by using tech, for example, that are put in? But what's important that I say that because I can also build the best training in the world. But then if the manager doesn't have capacity to coach and support the reps, then that is pointless. As a result of that, it's about the order of things. And that's why I believe like you better off looking at the overall environment in which you are operating in. Look at these levers. And actually I've developed like a sales environment assessment where the idea is when I work with CROs, I just say, take this assessment. They do it. There are different areas in it. Then I see where they're weaker, right? And then from there we decide, okay, by changing actually this thing, you're probably gonna get for the least amount of effort, the biggest